Dear Pastor Bob, I'm the father of four and a follower of Jesus Christ, but in a life or death struggle. I deal with bipolar issues and I'm tormented daily to end this life. My family struggles financially, yet I work 60 hours a week and have done so for 13 years. I'm loaded down with stress daily. I honestly can't remember the last time I had a day of real enjoyment. I truly feel like a mistake. I hate myself. I'm devoted servant to my church. I'll do anything from spreading mulch to cleaning toilets, but yet I feel empty, and I truly think this world and everyone in my life would be better off if I were to go. I don't know if anything anyone would say would do much good at this point, but I thought I would reach out to you since you have an understanding way about you. Thank you. Wow, I feel so bad for you. You know, there are so many people who feel this way, who are overwhelmed by their situation and feel trapped by it. And can I just say, you're never trapped. You are never trapped. Well, first of all, let's start with your church. Um, I'm so glad that you're involved there. I know they love your work and they love your your devotion to things, but are they encouraging you? Have you allowed them to encourage you? Have you allowed the men in the church to come and stand beside you and walk with you? Because you see, that's really what church is all about. It's really not about spreading mulch or cleaning toilets or anything like that. It's about walking with people. Again, it's not about a building. You are the church, and you connect with other people who are the church, and you need them. There's no reason, folks, that any of us should live a lonely life when we're surrounded by the body of Christ. So please, please, please reach out to the church, tell them how you're feeling, and ask them to walk with you. Secondly, let's talk about your workload. You know, there are so many people around me who work way too much too. And here in the United States, people work too much. In many other countries, they don't. They have a shorter work week, a shorter work day, much happier, much healthier, emotionally, physically, because of it. And, you know, we just kind of kill ourselves in trying to, well, pay for stuff. The first thing I would look at is what do you own? And what do you own that you don't really need? Now, let's start with the car. And I'm not saying you have any of these things, but for all of you who are listening, you know, let's start with your car. Is it a brand new car, and why? You know, used cars are awesome. My brand new car was 11 years old when I bought it and got a great deal on it, a miracle deal on it. It's awesome. I love it. It's got a few miles, but it's just broken in well. But I didn't have to rob a bank to do it. You know, I always pay cash for things. And I saved up and I bought it, and there we go. Let's talk about a house. Some people live in a house that's way too big for them or are way too expensive for them. You say, well, my neighborhood is expensive. We'll move. You know, when we look at things that are important, stuff is not important. You're not going to take that with you. And it isn't the thing that great families are, you know, made of. Great families are made of love and devotion and time. And when you're working 60 hours a week, you don't have time, quality time for your family, which they need, which you need. So the very things in life that give us that sense of well-being, that sense of accomplishment, that sense of joy, you're missing. You're missing them because you're way too much over your head. And you have to figure out how to cut that down. Your house is too much, move. Your car is too expensive, sell it. You know, whatever you're doing that needs to be trimmed or cut or, you know, changed or whatever, make those changes. Because nothing's more important than you, your family, your mental health and theirs, and their healthiness depends on yours. Now, is this a quick cure? No. It is that plus walking with people who will walk with you and understand you. And I understand that when you say you have a bipolar issue, that's a big deal. And so you really need people who will walk with you during those tough times. And certainly 60-hour work weeks are not part of what's going to help you. So cut down, reevaluate your life. Get to the place where you can breathe again. Because, see, that's really what it's all about. And at the end of your life, you're never going to say, wow, I'm so glad I worked so hard. You'll never say that. You'll never say, wow, I'm so glad I had the new cars, the new house, the whatever it is. And I'm not saying you do, but we won't ever say that. In fact, the one thing that we will say is, I'm glad I spent the time with my family. I'm glad I had deep relationships with fellow Christians and people, my neighbors and, people I work with. And those are the things that will matter at the end of your life. And those are the things that should matter to you today. So readjust, reevaluate. Think about what you're doing that can be changed and change. And realize that it's not a quick fix, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. God bless you. Have a great day.